Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Virtues of Ramadan, Laylatul Qadr. Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha reports that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Seek Laylatul Qadr amongst the odd-numbered nights of the last 10 days of the month of Ramadan." So Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha reports that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Seek Laylatul Qadr amongst the odd-numbered nights of the last 10 days of the month of Ramadan." So the question is, when is Laylatul Qadr? So what we learn from this hadith, during the last 10 nights, the last Ashara, we should seek Laylatul Qadr during the odd nights. So the 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, or the 29th night. And what we should do, every night we should be engaged in worship, but especially during these last 10 nights and the odd numbered nights, we should seek Laylatul Qadr. We should spend extra time in worship, in ibadat, in doing dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, reading Quran, seeking forgiveness. And the Prophet ﷺ taught Hazrat Aisha radhiyallahu anha the dua to recite during the night of Laylatul Qadr. Allahumma innaka afuwun kareemun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anni. O Allah Ta'ala, you love to forgive, please forgive me. So we should learn this dua, very short and concise, but very beneficial. We should always be seeking Allah's forgiveness. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that we are weak and we are full of sins. That's why we ask and we beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during the last 10 nights, the odd nights, we should be raising our hands like a beggar when he raises his hands and he pleads, please give me something. And what happens is the person that gives, he gives in and he gives something to the beggar. So like that, we are beggars to Allah's door, and we should be asking Allah for forgiveness. We should be demanding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His mercy and His kindness towards the ummah, and to remove all these hardships and difficulties. And we should beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the more we beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that His person, His slave, His servant, even though he's been battered by shaitan, he's been battered by his nafs and his desires and his temptations, but he remembers and he recognizes, my Rabb is Allah and I need to turn towards Him. And he's come like a battered person to me, asking from me, begging from me. Then your Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so kind and so merciful. Allah will forgive your sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fill all your needs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help you in any kind of way. But we need to seek Laylatul Qadr. During this one night of worship, you get the reward of over 83 years of worship. So just imagine, it's only the odd number of nights. There's only 5 nights that, in the last 10 nights we should be seeking Laylatul Qadr. So those 5 nights we should make it a priority that I'm going to spend this in as much ibadat as I can. And do as much as you can. Pray for yourself, pray for your family members, pray for the whole Muslim ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings justice and peace to the world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides everybody towards the truth. So these are the du'as that we should be constantly making for ourselves, for our family members, for our community, for the whole Muslim ummah. And for those people that are not Muslim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them guidance towards the truth. And this is the worry and concern that we should have as Muslims. And we should make these concerns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should plead to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah ta'ala give all the tawfiq to do as much ibadat as we can in this month of Ramadan, to value the month of Ramadan. May Allah ta'ala accept whatever goodness we do. Ameen.